Hello everybody, Martin here, back with another Legacy match. This is round 5 of my league playing Blue-Black Omni, currently sitting at 3-1, so if we can manage to win this final round of the league, we'll have a really decent showing, get some nice prizes. If we lose, we will only just break even. So anyways, we have won the die roll, so that's a nice start, and we would like to be on the play. Well, this looks promising. Only question is, do we lead with the Thoughtseize or do we lead with the Preordain? Preordain pretty much gives it away that we're a combo deck. Thoughtseize, it would have to be... We could go basic Swamp off the Delta. That could mean us being like I guess even Jund. Would just suck to get like therapied, blindly naming show and tell off of because they saw Preordain, but that might be a bit of a stretch. I'm not sure if people would do that. But anyway, we're gonna keep this. See what our opponent does. Pelenik, our opponent is called. For some reason, I have it in my head that they are playing Delver, but I could be wrong. They mulligan to 6 and keep. And scry the top. So actually I think I'm okay preordaining. I think I'm most comfortable with that. I want to save the Thoughtseize until like I'm ready to go off, or the turn before I'm ready to go off. So let's get an island and cast Preordain. So well, I think we want the City of Traders. Although, mind you, right now, Show and Tell into Omniscience doesn't win us the game because we don't have a spell like anything to win with. But I think we need the City of Traders probably. So let's bottom the Underground Sea and draw the city. And so we'll get our plan is going to be to hopefully get a business bill on our draw step, then fetch Swamp with Delta, Thoughtseize, and then win on the following turn. They're going to probe us here. Ugh. Hate probe. Hate to get probed. I'm sort of, from time to time, having debates with my play group of whether or not we think probe is like a good thing or a bad thing to have in Legacy. I'm usually not at all on the side of like banning stuff, but there we go. Wow, rough beats. So it could be Delver or it could be Storm, is my guess. But in any case, we're like not in a good spot right now. So I guess let's Thoughtseize here, and let's still fetch the Swamp, because if it's Delver, we don't want to get wastelanded. Man, that's funny when you talk about like how you want something to happen or not happen, then like the exact scenario you describe, or that you anyway. That was what I was most afraid of would happen, was to get. Okay, so neither Storm nor Grixis Delver. I suppose it's still possible it's Grixis Delver, but likely it is like some sort of Grixis control deck. So let's see here: Volcanic, Ponder, Force, Snapcaster. Oops. I'm almost tempted to take the Snapcaster because that opens up, like, it cycles with the Gataxian Probe, and then it can flashback therapy by sacking itself, or it can represent a clock. It's obvious that we also need to deal with the Force of Will at some point, but we have our own counter stuff or more Thoughtseizes, so yeah, I actually think I like taking Snapcaster here. What was it? Sculling Tarn was the card I overlooked. Alright, in either case, we're kind of in a bad spot here. Man, that was gross. Getting maximum punishment. Death Ride, sure. So at least we know what they drew. So I think we brainstorm here. Would be kind of aggro on their part if they were to like force it. think we put back one city and one brainstorm, and we probably preordain take the brainstorm and bottom the city. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, no, it's just my computer is lagging. So bottom the city and top the brainstorm, and we'll pass the turn. Okay, so now they ponder. Probably means that they drew another blue card, or they could just be sort of expecting to hit second blue card off these three cards ponder shows them. Oops, sorry. So it could just be Grixis Delver with a Snapcaster or a couple of Snapcasters. It could be like 4-color Delver. I've seen lists with Snapcaster. So they did not shuffle with the ponder. Well, let's brainstorm here. That's not too bad. That's pretty decent. So I think what we can do here is put back brainstorm and one of the lands, and we'll Cunning Wish at end of their turn, getting a Flusterstorm, but they can just pay for it, I think, right? If they don't tap any mana on their turn, they will have 4 mana. Our Show and Tell will be the first spell cast, then their Force, and then a second, and then we Fluster as the third. So it will require them to tap 2 lands next turn for that play to sort of have any significance. It also sort of means that all we'll have after that to try and win with when we have Omniscience in play is a Brainstorm showing us 2 cards we don't know. But I still think it's probably the thing to do, so let's put back. Depends on which land we put back. Like if we put back City of Traders and play the island, we will be playing into Days, but playing around Wasteland, and the same thing goes the other way around. But I think I like putting back. Yeah. Let's put back City Brainstorm. This way we'll have the mana to cast Flusterstorm, and then once Omniscience is in play, we can cast the Brainstorm we draw. That is going to be our plan. But we're super vulnerable to them sort of being wise to us being up to something and like therapying. Just flashing back the therapy. They still know about the Omniscience we have in hand. And without that, this hand is sort of nonsense. So I guess we're going to get drained. Let's see if it's Badlands or... No, it's just another C. So probably we're just facing Grixis. Yeah. All right. Baleful Strix is for sure flashing back. Damn. That's a problem. I think the correct play here is to nab the Omniscience that we have in our hand with their Cabal Therapy, and that's what they're doing. So what do we do here? Hmm. Yeah, we're not doing it. We could have cast the Cutting Wish in response to that, but then it would just therapy what we had, like what we found with Cutting Wish. So not much sense in that. If they have a follow-up therapy, then I think I'm just going to concede. As it is right now, we still have like Cutting Wish for Flusterstorm and then brainstorming into like Emrakul, I guess. Okay, not therapy. Alright, so hopefully they don't have like days in their Baleful Strix deck, or we're gonna be pretty boned. Sorry about the gargling noises in the background. That is my dishwasher. Oh, it's hard to say. Pretty sure like Show and Tell Emrakul wins this for us. Is there anything else we should be getting here? Don't think so, right? Of course, the issue is once they know about the Flusterstorm, they can just keep open mana to pay. But I still think it's probably the correct thing to do here. Yeah, let's do this, and then let's just save our Brainstorm. We're not under an immense amount of pressure right now. So I'd rather be casting like all our spells in one turn. So next turn we'll draw the City of Traders. And if we're lucky, then we can untap and brainstorm into like Emrakul would be ideal, but this deck only runs two Emrakul, so it's not like super high chance of that. Maybe we'll just not do anything next turn and just wait it out. See here, they don't shuffle off the Ponder. What, they just pass? Oh, looks like my connection is messing up here with Magic Online. Might just be my internet connection. Alright. Sorry, I just had a bit of a connection issue, so I've lost a bit of time on the clock, but yeah, it looks like they're just passing here. Yeah, just passing. So I think we're just going to draw for the turn here. And I think we can afford to pass one more time. We'll get, that's like 8 damage for like twice, 2 times 2 Deathrite activations. So we'll be down to 4, but that's still fine. I mean, I guess they could also, actually in all likelihood they're running bolts, but yeah. And I didn't play the City of Traders because maybe there's a Wasteland, but also maybe I want to like ship it back to the top of my library after I cast Brainstorm. So let's see here. Come on. Well, there's a start. Thing is, I don't think I can get everything here. So say we put back City of Traders and Spell Pierce. And they can just pay for the stupid Flusterstorm. So Flusterstorm isn't even good enough. If we were to have access to both the Pierce and the Flusterstorm, actually that could work. So say we put back Tarn and City of Traders, I guess. If they have Bolt, that means we're dead, but then they will take the turn. They'll drain us down to 5. They'll pass the turn and have us down to 1. But then we can play the traders and have mana to cast Show and Tell, which will get forced. We'll spell pierce that. Is it still? It's probably still not even enough, right? So spell pierce adds 1 to the storm and makes them pay 2, so it's like 3 storm. So let's say Show and Tell is 1, spell pierce is 3, that's 4, and then the Fluster Storm is the 5th. So they'll need to pay 5 mana. And they can pay 6 mana. So again, we're looking at a situation where we need them to tap out, or not out, but tap 2. Man, it's frustrating. It sure is frustrating. It's like almost there. If we were able to do it this turn, but we're not, because we fetched the swamp. If that had been an Underground Sea, we could do it this turn. But then again, then I guess we're a card short because we'd have to put back the Tarn and something else, and we need everything. So I think the plan here is, yeah, to just do this, hope they tap 2 of their mana, but why would they? And again, like, they might just have Bolt. They might also have drawn like another counter measure, so it might not even matter. But I think this is our best bet, because if we had just cast the Show and Tell now, we would have been Storm 2. They force, we Fluster, they pay for the what would be 4 copies of Fluster Storm, and then Show and Tell is countered. So, and that's all she wrote. Oh, they have Kolaghan's Command. So that kills us if we don't counter it. So let's say here let's say we Fluster it. I actually like this, so we Fluster this. That puts 3 copies of Fluster Storm on the stack, and they can... Oh no, they can just pay for that. So, because the thing is, if we could get them to use their Force of Will, because they don't know we have the Pierce. But I guess if they use their Death Rights to pay for the Fluster Storm, they don't have lethal on me, so they might just try and push. But they don't have lethal anyways, right? Because now we take 2, we go out in 7, then they drain us down to 5. Sadly, though, we can't really afford to lose any of either of these 3 cards. So what do we do here? Gosh. Probably don't have an out here. I think we have to Fluster this. But again, like, I think the only way that we don't lose here is if they use their Force of Will incorrectly. And now we're also Brainstorm locked, so things aren't getting better. Okay, so looks like they're just gonna pay. Do we then Pierce? If we Pierce and they force that, then we lose a card to Colligan's Command and drop to 7, and let's say that we lose the Cunning Wish. Then we're at 7, they untap. They untap, we draw City of Traders, they drain us down to 3, we draw a Scalding Tarn and lose. So I think we're dead like anyway, unless they don't force this. If they don't force this, then we live to fight another day. But it's probably like a, yeah, it's not looking good. Let's put it that way. So question is now, do we City of Traders and then cast Cunning Wish for something? Suppose we could Cunning Wish for like, what's it called? Disfigure. And disfigure one of the Death Rites. That way they drain me out of 5, but then it's like a 3-turn clock from there. But what are we doing then? Like, one of those turns will be us drawing the Scalding Tarn. Come on, brain. Is there nothing we can do? Like, I guess we can cast Show and Tell now. And then just hope for the last Show and Tell to be on top of our library. Like, next turn. Like, next turn is going to be Scalding Tarn, but then on our last draw step. Yeah, I was going to say, I think I'd rather wait. But actually, let's do it now. Put them to the test. Obviously, it would be much better for us to trade this Cunning Wish with their Force of Will, because we only have one Show and Tell left. But I don't really see them ever forcing a Cunning Wish sort of out of the blue. Okay, so they have Bolt, so what, we drop to 6, they drain us down to 2, and then untap drain us, so we're dead. So, didn't matter anyways. Alright, well, that was a bit rough. Let's see here, what could we want from for this matchup? They have discard, so immediately Boseiju feels less stellar. But I still think like one Boseiju is excusable. They don't seem to be running Wasteland, so let's cut an island. Make that an even trade land for land. Do we like randomly want to disfigure something here? And if we do, then in place of what? I think probably a Flusterstorm main wouldn't hurt us. Let's put a Limdal's Vault on the board. It's less combo centric then with the cutting a Limdal's, but I also like being able to Cunning Wish for a Limdal's Vault, because that's a way to Cunning Wish for a tutor for Show and Tell. So disconnecting there before really ate up a lot of our time, plus me yapping, so I'm going to have to play a bit faster here. 8 minutes left. Okay, want to be on the play, sure. Let's keep. It's a one-lander. If they actually do run Wastelands and they have one, we're super stretched here, because I'm going to fetch Underground Sea, and then I'm going to do the turn 1 Thoughtseize into turn 2 Preordain. Alright, so they have Counterspell, Double Probe, Deathrite, Ponder, Force, Delta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what do we take here? Like, the Double Probe and Ponder pretty much ensures that they'll be able to get to more lands. So taking the Deathrite in order to mana screw them is not really a thing. So I think it's between the Ponder or the Force of Will. And I think I'd take the Force. Like, again, they have the Counterspell, but that requires them to keep open 2 blue. We might be able to get under, like, get beneath that. So I guess what we really want is like lands and the show and tell, obviously, but then also a way to protect it. So land to Limdul's Vault off of would be bad. But even like, if we draw show and tell, then Preordain is going to be big for us. Okay, so they still have the Delta. Let's hope they didn't draw a Therapy. Okay, they didn't. And they saved their second probe, so maybe that means they drew a Force. Well, Pierce is nice. We're pausing on our upkeep. Or sorry, on our draw step. It's probably just them having that set like permanently a stop there because they're running Mendelian Clique. But maybe they forgot and left the computer. Not really sure why we are stopping. Come on, fella. Or lady. Okay. So let's preordain here. Hope to find some more lands. Those are both good Magic cards. I think we put both on top, but drawing the Misty now. That way we can pierce, and that we'll have to lose the Brainstorm, obviously, but yeah, worse things have happened. If they don't do anything worth piercing, we will like draw the Brainstorm and Brainstorm on our turn, and hope to get somewhere good. It's a good thing we have like an excess win card here that can be, one of these two can be put back with the Brainstorm. This seems like a fairly annoying matchup because they have like a lot of discard. Okay, well, let's let them have it. Because they can just pay for the Pierce, which is the only card in our hand they don't know about. Okay, so they take the Vault. Makes sense. Good thing is they can't counterspell right now and keep like through a Pierce, I mean. So I think we Brainstorm now. Okay, so not the worst. Let's put back Emrakul. You know, like, Emrakul wins, like, as a sure thing, but Cunning Wish pitches the Force of Will. And what I mean by Emrakul winning as a sure thing is that there is a world where we force through a show and tell, like showing Omniscience, and like, for instance, through Boseiju. But then they have like Red Blast or something for a Cunning Wish. So let's put back Cunning Wish and the Misty. And let's play the city. This way we were also, if worse things, like if worse comes to worse, we are also alive to draw a show and tell and just show and tell Emrakul and win that way. And we can do that by having open Pierce and Force with the Omniscience. So they're going to drain us, and there's that. Okay, so they saved their one probe, which is annoying, but there you go. All right, they can ponder. I don't think, in a scenario like this, would like waste a Pierce just to have them tap out and have their pawn to resolve. Would have to be a very specific set of circumstances in play for that. Okay, they shuffle, so they didn't like what they saw. And they passed to keep open the Deathrite and the counterspell. So let's fetch to clear the top of our library. Hope for something good. Oh, that is an insane draw. Alright, so the thing is here, they know what we have if we cast a show and tell. And if they have Flusherstorm, then we can never resolve it. But I think probably, no matter what else they have, if it's not Flusherstorm, I think we're good. Unless they have like double invasive surgery and force. So let's count our blessings here and cross our fingers. So if they force, we force back pitching Omniscience. And yeah. They don't have Clique mana, so they can't Clique the Emrakul out of our hand. I suppose it's not impossible that they would have like an answer to a resolved Emrakul, like Liliana, maybe. Alright, so they counterspell, which we knew they had, and now we're going to pierce that, which they know we have. If they don't have anything else, we just win on the spot, because we get to Omniscience and then cast Emrakul and time walk them. But it would surprise me if they didn't have anything else. Okay, so they force pitching Snapcaster. We force back pitching Omniscience. And we put in Emrakul and hope for the best. They didn't show us anything. So like Diabolic Edict here, or Liliana, are things I could think of they could have, or like Innocent Blood. Okay, they didn't have it, so great. Do we change anything here? They seem pretty thread light, so I'm not completely hating the having a 1-up this figure. But is it good enough to replace anything? Probably not. Alright, let's hope for a good one. Only 5 minutes on our clock, so we're under the clock here, under the gun. And we did get really lucky to just top deck that show and tell. And their hand just couldn't beat it. Yeah, so we keep this hand. Hopefully we don't get turn 1 Thoughtseize. I think a turn 1 or probe therapy, I guess. They have been pretty good at getting their probes and therapies. Maybe that was just the one turn or the one game. But hopefully we'll get to resolve this Sensei's Top. And I think Sensei's Top is going to do a lot of work in this matchup. But at the same time, with our time issue, it might be a problem because Sensei's Top is like a time greedy card, especially on Magic Online where it's a lot of clicks. Deathrite, sure. Well, we're getting closer to, yeah, to having a good hand here. Okay, so now they probe us and probably have the therapy. But if they do have the therapy, like, I guess it's not greedy to wait, because we're not a turn 1 deck. We can't win on turn 1, but we could have gone Island Go, in which case probe therapy gets a lot worse because we could have Brainstorm, which we do, and maybe we should have kept that open. Good thing for us is we don't have doubles, so they can't really 2-for-1 us here. They can 2-for-2 us if they want to lose their Deathrite. But yeah, therapy would be annoying. Looks like they don't have it. Do we top here? I don't think we top. I just think we draw and then Brainstorm. Or possibly even just play the island and say go. So they drain us. No, they don't. What, they clique us? Do we even brainstorm here? I think we brainstorm. And possibly force this? Or do we? I think the payoff card here is Limdal's Vault. So I think we put back, do it like this, put back Limdal's Vault in the land, and we let them clique us, and it'll be, we're kind of decently set up now. We're not worried about the clock on us, really, from the clique currently. If they bottom force, then we still have the Thoughtseize to, like, to take their counter magic, if they have any. But they could have 2, of course, in which case it would be kind of annoying, but yeah. Yeah, and they bottomed the force. Interesting, okay. So we take 3. Oof. That is nasty. Yeah. Man, Cabal Therapy is such a good magic card. So question is, do they sacrifice one of their guys here to nab our Limdal's Vault or our Thoughtseize? Or maybe they have, like, Baleful Strix. I'd be surprised if that card is still in. Okay, so they want 3 mana. What, Kolaghan's Command? That's an instant you do that on our draw step. What is this? Another clique? Oh. Snapcaster. Yeah, sure. Get the beats on. Or I guess flashback. Okay, they are going for the value flashback therapy. Yeah, let's not even bother with the top. If we had force, we would just be 2 for 1ing ourselves and putting ourselves a turn back with the top. So let's just hope to be able to. They can't have a whole lot more in their hand. So what, they chose Emrakul. Okay. Alright, so let's top here. Get a fresh top. Let's draw the brainstorm. Let's brainstorm. Okay, let's put back Delta and so either we Thoughtseize them now or we just go for the win with Limdal's Vault. We can Limdal's Vault end of their turn, and find if we find a pile that has a Show and Tell and Omniscience, or Show and Tell and Emrakul, then we just win. And they only have 2 cards. But yeah, I think we're gonna Limdal's Vault end of turn, and hope that's good enough, and we'll force pitching Cunning Wish if we need to. So what, we take 5 now, and they will drain us down. So we'll be at 10. 9, I guess. We're gonna fetch 8 if we have to force. Oh, come on. Okay, another Deathrite. Cool. Alright, well, this is it. Moment of truth. If we find Show and Tell Omniscience, I think we go for it too. There is Emrakul, but we have to ship that. There's Show and Tell, but no Emrakul or Omniscience. There is Show and Tell and Omniscience. So yeah, let's do that and make it force, ponder, Show and Tell, Omniscience. So basically we just have to hope that their last card is not a counterspell. But it probably is, and we probably lose. It could be a bolt if we're lucky. Oh, sweet. All right, so what do we lose to here? I'm not really sure. I don't think we can lose from here. Only to the clock if they're going to be dicks about it. All right, so let's Thoughtseize them. We can force if it's a bolt. We don't die that way. Okay, so let's Cunning Wish. Let's get, actually let's just get Illidomri's Call, because I think that's quicker. And we'll get Emrakul. Sure. Get Emrakul. Hardcast Emrakul. Take our Annihilator turn. Oh wait, did we just lose? Oh, I think I just lost it for us. Oh my god, so embarrassing. Yep. Ah, Martin, you buffoon. Yep, concede. Ah, I got stressed with the clock. That was stupid. That was totally on me. We should have won that game. We could have just gone for the Fireman's Foresight into the Release the Ants win. Man. Well, let that be a lesson. Don't get stressed by the clock. Alright, so we won some play points, which is what we paid, and then we won a treasure chest. So let's open the treasure chest, but yeah, man, that was ridiculous. I almost feel like editing this out, but I don't really think I can. Play another match instead. Alright, well, egg on my face. But it feels like, alright, if I actually were paying attention, I would have gone, I would have won. So we would have been 4-1, so yeah, well, whatever. Alright, let's see if we get lucky with this treasure chest. Probably not. 40 play points. That's not too bad, I guess. Don't think any of these cards are worth anything. Alright, well, thanks a lot for watching. It was a lot of fun playing this deck. Not really sure how I feel about it compared to the other Show and Tell deck I've played as of late. The blue-red sort of Omni Sneak. That deck definitely has more sort of brute force, like a more brute force quality over it. It plays 5 soul lands, where this deck only plays 2. It plays the 3 Lotus Petals, so there are a lot more acceleration. And Sneak Attack is also just like a fist in the face a lot of the time. It's a really powerful card. I like not being all in on the Show and Tells, but I think this is probably a bit more elegant, a bit more sort of cerebral, or at least in some sense of that word. And Lim-Dûl's Vault is a cool card, but it's also a clunky card, I think. I understand why we don't want more soul lands, because Lim-Dûl's Vault and soul lands are just a non-bow. I don't know. I mean, I think all in all, the red gives us more out of the sideboard with the Cunning Wish. With the Cunning Wish plans, in that like Kozilek's Return is just a massive like awesome card. Pyroblast is pretty good. I also think like I think the main reason to run the Black Splash is obviously the fourth, to be able to Thoughtseize main deck, and that is really good. Totally, I'm on board there, but just not sure if I feel like it gives enough. I also think losing access to Blood Moon is a real thing. You might not like that. You might not like having to play Blood Moon because it's a bit of a douchebag card, and it's like YOLO a lot of the time. But the power level on that card is just so insanely high that it acts like a one card combo against some decks. There are decks that will just have to fold to resolve Blood Moon, no outs. So yeah, I don't know. But it was really interesting to play it. I hope you enjoyed watching it, even in spite of my massive punt here at the end. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be back with some more videos. Bye-bye.